Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my monthly book review for everything I read in July. I hope you enjoy, and if you've read any of the same books, please let me know what you thought and share your book recommendations. As Revenge of an Archangel by A.A. Bavar. This is a story of Azrael's fall. He's an archangel, so it gets messy. The early part of the book felt a little clunky in places, and personally anything to do with religion is a bit of a turn off for me. However, I really enjoyed the second half of the tale when we explored the relationship Azrael has with Martha, Mary and Kay. Lucifer, Michael and Gabriel all felt a little too obvious. Nothing they did was surprising, and then Az is described as wearing an overcoat, and I can't get the TV show Supernatural out of my head. There's a lot of violence in the book, but it's not too gory or overdone. It feels like powerful beings fighting. The new female Reaper adds a great element of mystery to begin with and a very convenient twist at the end. Grass by Sherry S. Tepper. There was a lot of food for thought with this book. What would religion look like in the future? How would a world with original peers evolve without any contact with the rest of humanity? And the answer is not well. Exploration of the metamorphosis of an alien race, the inclination to understand and act upon original sin across species, whether a tiny organism can affect any kind of change. I really like this one. Clarity by R. James Stevens. This book has the potential to be a very gripping read, but a few things distracted me. The setting of the book is after some kind of event that destroyed the country's infrastructure, but we never actually learn what that is. The book follows two comrades from a military unit and jumps back and forth in time to tell the story, which makes sense as a plot device, but it happens a little too frequently to read smoothly, plus there are several timelines. We are told part of how and why the military unit were tested upon, but it doesn't feel fully explained. Briggs' love life suddenly springs to life partway through the book with an apparent old flame he left behind when he went to military school. Surely he would have been about 11 or so at the time? And the amount of bodily injuries he is able to sustain is incredible, stretching even the concept of super soldier. You do feel sorry for the other character Clive, his injury and the subsequent fallout to his life. Briggs' slow realisation that maybe everything he does puts everyone in danger is also a really good reveal, but I don't feel like it was sufficiently explained as to what was on the description discs and how they related to the ex-military characters and why Steele was so affected by it all that she killed herself. Plus, I have issues with the incredible cliche that is the name Steele Fox. It took away some brevity. That being said, it was a page-turner. I wanted to know what was going to happen next, how many beatings Brig could endure, and consequently I was a little disappointed at the abrupt ending. The Herbalist Daughter by Jeanette O'Hagan. What a lovely little story this is. Somewhat obvious that the plain girl gets the guy she likes in the end, despite the addition of the dashing prince. And does he, doesn't he? But it's written so charmingly that it doesn't matter that it's a cliche. Excellent world building, part of a larger setting I believe, so I'm looking forward to reading more from this author. Pilot, the first in the Crew Chronicles series by C.H. Cleppitt. Pilot is a great intro to the author's world of humans, aliens and fairies in space, with strong characters and the sense of absolutely anything might happen next. It's pacey, with raw opinionated aggression at times and some interesting twists along the way. I liked the condensing of Earth history at the beginning. You always know exactly where you are with everything. The Kupala Night by N.C. Stowe. This is an authentic feeling folklore full of intricate description that pulls you into the moment and a great character reveal for Baba. Vavara and Vasili's first touch of love is very realistic. Not knowing, not wanting, then getting a taste and mourning its loss. Plus we have a happy ending. I like this a lot. The Mistress of the Vampires by Delaria Davis. If you like your vamp erotica, then this is the book for you. And to be honest, a great way to get round cliched sex scenes with the same old descriptive tropes is to throw some fangs in there. But take the erotica scenes away and it read like very confused young adult teen angst. The girl had so many conflicting emotions. I didn't know whether she was coming or going. The Destiny Engine by J.D. Byrne. This is a well-written short story with developed characters that fit into their era well. Somewhat reminiscent of H.G. Wells' Time Machine, not a new idea, but perhaps a fresher setting. I was a bit disappointed with the ending though, it felt a little flat and unfinished. Domesday book by Connie Willis. I really enjoyed this, both the bits in the Middle Ages and in the modern day. The science explanations behind the time travel weren't unnecessarily confusing, and the individual characters were just priceless. It was well written, it didn't jump around its timelines unnecessarily, and the portrayal of the Black Death was just heartbreaking in the end. There was a likeable cast, even the unlikable ones, and a highly satisfying ending. Haunting Weir by Carrie L. Ronning. I really enjoyed this, despite the common fantasy elements. An orphan who doesn't know where he's come from and goes on a quest to save his life from terrible evil. He meets a wise yet grumpy old man and is joined by an elf who looks down on all things mankind. But Lucid is a wonderfully fresh character, and the love story between Eva and Orchid is so touching, it feels very realistic. I love the fact that sweets help keep evil away. That has always been my excuse. And I really enjoyed the reveal with Art and the demon. I found the book very easy to read, well written, with a clear author voice and well developed characters. The plot didn't try too hard to be super clever, and as such has good pace and felt very organic. That's it for this month. I'll see you next month for more book reviews. Bye!